Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn, and in this video, we have another practice speaking test with another candidate from Uzbekistan. This time, we have Vadim. So, enjoy. Good afternoon. My name is Glyn. Would you please tell me your full name?
My full name is Vadim.
And what should I call you?
You can just call me Vadim.
Okay, thank you, Vadim. Now, in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Do you work or do you study?
I'm a high school student. I'm graduating in 2 years.
And what subjects do you study at school?
Well, I study at a public school. I study a lot of compulsory subjects ranging from math to Russian, for example. And I think the most interesting subject that I study is English. I love English. I love everything about it.
And what are you planning to do when you finish your studies?
I think the first thing that I'm planning to do is try to apply for different universities. I want to get accepted to some prestigious university outside of Uzbekistan, and then go abroad and study there.
Let's move on and talk about your free time now. Do you have a lot of free time?
These days, I'm preparing for a lot of language exams, like Korean and English, and because of that, I don't really have a lot of free time. But I used to have lots of free time, lots of hobbies, and like a couple of years ago when I didn't care about studies that much.
And do you prefer spending your free time alone or with other people?
It depends. When I want to socialize with my friends, when I want to discuss something, I usually prefer to go to different cafes with my friends and then talk about, I don't know, ideas, what is happening in our lives. But when I just need some, sanctuary time, when I want to be alone, I usually spend my time at home, relaxing, chilling, not doing much.
And if you had a week off and you could do anything, what would you do?
Oh, that's a great question. Since I've been putting so much effort into studying recently, I'm not really sure what I'm interested uh, in. Like, I'm not sure about my hobbies, but I think I would do some sports because recently I've not been doing anything related to, sporting activities or something else. Maybe I would just call my friends and go outside, play some basketball, which is my favorite sporting activity. So probably something like this.
Let's talk about colors now. Do you have a favorite color?
Uh, I'm not sure, but if I had to pick one, I guess I would go with black because, well, all of my clothes are black. It is a neutral color. It doesn't, scream anything. Like it is a very neutral color, and I like something that isn't you know too explicit.
And are there any colors that you don't like very much?
I don't like really bright colors, specifically, greenish or bluish, which are, like uh kind of too, I guess they're screaming that you're like that you need attention from other people. I don't like this. I like when a person doesn't stand out, and especially when it comes to outfits, something really, really low key. I would really prefer those kind of colors.
And are there any colors that you strongly associate with your country?
With my country, maybe the colors of my flag. There are many colors, but probably green because Uzbekistan is actually considered to be a country with a lot of vegetation, a lot of green spaces. So I think I would choose green.
Okay, thank you. Now, in this next part of the test, I'm going to give you a topic, and I would like you to speak about this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. But before that, you will have 1 minute to prepare for your talk, and you may take notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes,
I will now share the topic on my screen. Can you see the topic?
yes.
I'd like you to describe a game that you enjoyed playing as a child. Your 1 minute of preparation time starts now. Okay, so that's the end of your preparation time. To remind you, you will have between 1 and 2 minutes to give your talk, and I will let you know when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Yeah. So as a child, I've played a lot of games, but one of the most, common games for me to play was Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike is a computer game, and as a child, I did not have a lot of friends. I usually spend my time at home, especially in front of the computer. And then one day, I just came across, a game that my brother was playing. Um, it was that exact game, and I got interested in it. At first, I was not good at it whatsoever, but then as I started familiarizing myself with the concept of the game and with the mechanics, I kind of got the hang of it, and and then I became a lot better. I have started playing almost like professionally. I found my team, and we enjoyed playing, spending time together. That was a nice way. That was a nice way to socialize, really. And then, like the darker side of my, of my gaming experience came in. Like I got addicted to playing this game. Really, I used to spend like hours and hours on end playing Counter Strike, and I did not enjoy it whatsoever. Like it really affected my social life, my personal life, and also I did not have enough time to study at school. So I completely dismissed whatever like my teacher were saying and were recommending me, especially like my mentors, including my parents. So then, because of this addiction, I started spending a lot of money in the game itself. So at one point, I simply like, uh, I would say stole my mom's plastic card, then like tapped in all the numbers, CVV or something, and
Okay.
then I bought
Thank
a
you.
lot of.
Thank you. All right. So you've been describing a game that you enjoyed playing as a child. Let's talk about games in general now. Firstly, why is it good for children to play games with other children?
Well, I think it is a great way to socialize. I mean, if children lack contact with like with their peers, they will not kind of understand the emotions. They will not be able to read them in the future. But if if the contrary happens, they'll kind of have a lot of friends who support them, and in the future they might as well keep those connections, and this might help them kind of have reliable people to trustworthy people to talk about different things, what is happening in their lives. But if children did not have any friends, they did not play in general as children, they would not have so many opportunities in the future to uh, to make new friends in the first place because they would lack those social skills to make new friends
And do you think it's also important for children to play with toys on their own?
on their own. For the sake of developing fine motor skills, I think it is really important because when children play alone without anybody's help, they can kind of um, develop some fine movements of their hands. They can get better at just doing something manually, right? So that's also very important. And sometimes children also need some uh, time to they need to spend some time alone without anybody because they might have some personal thoughts that they don't want to share, and it is also important to give children that opportunity.
Mhm. And what kind of games are more suitable for adults?
Adults, I think nowadays with the development of technology, adults don't really have much time to spend outside. Like if they play different games, those are online games conventionally. So they need just to go outside, play some uh, physical games. I would say real games because back in the day you didn't really have a choice. You only could play some sports outside and games related to sports as well. So I think that would be really crucial for adults to just refrain from their sedentary lifestyles and start spending more time outside in general. And games would be a nice way to do that.
Don't you think it's a bit of an overgeneralization to say that adults generally have a sedentary lifestyle?
Um, I think if we are talking generally, it is nice to say that because, well, most of the adults they have different jobs, and those jobs are usually connected to, offices, or they simply have not blue collar jobs, but white collar jobs. So they spend most of their times at work, and when they get home, they don't have enough energy to kind of go outside and well, basically indulge in some activity, right? So that would be important for them to well, simply do that instead of sitting in front of a screen and playing some virtual games.
Let's talk a little about computer games then. Some people say that playing computer games is a complete waste of time. Do you agree?
Not for everybody. Like for some people actually make a living by playing computer games, especially professionals. But to be honest, the number of those people who actually manage to make a living by playing computer games is tiny. Like only few people can do that. So I guess that would be an overgeneralization to say that everybody suffers from playing games, like especially considering the fact that a lot of people are actually benefiting from this emotionally. Like they can socialize through playing computer games. They can derive some, emotional arousal, let's say. Like they kind of get happier. Sometimes for people it is the best thing to do, actually, to play a game after a long tiring day at
And
work.
and finally, how do you think computer games might change in the future?
In the future, I don't really have a good concept of like what computers game are like now because I don't play them usually. But if I were to assume, I'd say that most of the games would be uh, played via virtual glasses. Those uh, glasses which allow you to actually immerse into this gaming atmosphere fully instead of playing on computers in front of the screen using a mouse and a keyboard. People will actually be able to well, completely immerse into this atmosphere of gaming, and then imagine or like feel themselves like in this kind of atmosphere, like they're in a game.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the test. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this practice speaking test with Vadim. A very impressive performance. Let me know in the comments section what score you think the candidate deserves for his performance. As always, I will follow up this video with my own comments, feedback, and my own scores. Meanwhile, if you would like to be a candidate, if you'd like to have your own free practice speaking test with feedback, or if you'd like me to check your IELTS writing, then you can request this on my Telegram channel, Expert Examiner. A link to this Telegram channel is given in the description below. More videos coming very soon, but for now, bye bye.